opted for this full-day trip to Chania from Rethymno primarily to avoid the hassle of driving ourselves. While the coach provided a straightforward means of transportation, the overall experience felt more like a shuttle service than a guided tour. Upon boarding, our guide handed out maps and briefly highlighted areas of interest before we disembarked in Chania. There was minimal interaction thereafter, and we were left to explore the city on our own. For travelers seeking in-depth insights or engaging commentary, this might fall short of expectations. The coach itself was a double-decker, which was spacious in terms of seating. However, the ceiling height was quite low. At 5 feet 4 inches, I found my head nearly touching the ceiling, and my 6'-tall partner had to stoop while moving through the aisles. Chania is undeniably charming, and we're glad we visited. However, an unexpected encounter with a swift bird left me with a souvenir I hadn't anticipated. In summary, if you're looking for convenient transportation to Chania without the need to drive, this trip serves that purpose. But if you're hoping for a comprehensive guided experience with engaging commentary, you might want to explore other options. We booked this trip via TripAdvisor and got a corresponding ticket. It also said there would be a pickup from the hotel. After the booking, we received an email saying we would have to go to a pickup location, which was close to the hotel. The provided Google Maps link didn't work. Nevertheless, we were at the right place on time, and when the bus came, the guide didn't recognize our ticket. We were also not on his passenger list. After some back and forth, and showing him an email we got, we were allowed to get to the bus. All in all, this made a somewhat chaotic impression, and we would possibly have been left behind, if I wouldn't have produced that email which hinted on the company running the bus. Obviously, the company doing the tours is not the same that was selling the tickets, and the communication between the involved parties seems to leave room for improvements. The tour itself was okay. Basically, it's just a bus ride to Chania. The guide was rather chatty and gave us a map along with some recommendations of what might be worth seeing in Chania. TRKP is also perfectly doable by public transport. Chania is a very beautiful / nice city. The guide was only there for pickup and drop-off. Stayed at the meeting point for any questions. No guided tour of the highlights. The guide we had was very talkative and, at least for us, sometimes provided superfluous information, for example, where and for whom you could buy souvenirs, man, woman, girlfriend, neighbors, etc. It was undoubtedly well-intentioned, but for us, it was excruciating. Pickup was drama-free and bus modern and comfortable. With the exception of a map provided and small speech from a very knowledgeable and at times funny George, this was very much a return bus ticket as opposed to a guided tour. This was exactly what we wanted, so was more than happy with the arrangement and had a great day. Felt like we could have had more time on the day, so maybe an earlier and later pickup / departure time would be possible. A fantastic transfer. The air-conditioned bus was punctual and very comfortable. It's not a guided tour, of course, but that's to be expected given the price. In any case, you get all the information and advice you need to explore this charming city at your own pace. I highly recommend this transfer, it's definitely worth it. Had a wonderful day in Chania. So many shops, bars and restaurants. We went to the port area for lunch to a fish restaurant, a little expensive, make sure you know the price before ordering a fish platter, we paid over €200, yikes! Just for 2 of us. Otherwise a wonderful day, worth a visit for sure.